There we go. Hi there, everybody. Oh, it's dark in here. Is it too dark? I think you're alright. Hi, everybody. How we doing? Oh, we're already talking about the live show, and I haven't even shown up yet. Who do we have here today? Void Tea Time, hello. Orpheus, hello. Fallen from Insanity, hello. True Heroes, hello. And Mars Lesbian, hello. And... have I said hi to everybody? I think that's everybody. Cool. All right. So welcome. We're going to play all of... Oh, and KPS, hello. Welcome. I'm all right. How are you? Today we're going to play through all of Tails' story, which, like I said last time, is going to entail watching a lot of the same cutscenes, because Tails was there too. So we get to see that. So I'm going to let this opening cutscene, which is going to look pretty familiar, play through for you all. We got some live show questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about the live show. Yes, I believe you all should be getting an email at some point today with a link to the Zoom call.
All systems go, full speed ahead.
I know that we're recommending that everybody watch this on a computer on Zoom. If Zoom's fully updated, that's good too. The show will still be coherent. You'll still be able to watch it, but there's some tech stuff. Is it the same link for tomorrow's show? No, but tomorrow's show they will also receive a separate email. I think probably tomorrow morning.
Look out below!
If it's possible to watch it on a computer, I'd recommend it. There are like... This is a very weird way to put it. So there are essentially there's some tech, some special effects that won't be clear to you if it's not on a computer like full screen. Gold Rogue, hello, welcome.
I saw you come down.
Yes, now we're here again.
So what went wrong anyway? It's not like you to crash like that.
Yeah,
If you weren't here the first day,
the new prototype power supply.
this is also not a short cutscene, but
Always borrow my plane
but
from
we
Tornado.
but we will be watching it again.
Thanks, Sonic. But if I can make this work, it'll run circles around yours. Check out this power supply.
It's a Chaos Emerald. No way.
Sonic's voice is pretty good. I got very attached to a few of the voice actors in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. I remember when they got recast, I was sad.
Fly my plane.
Void Tea Time, that's a very good question. I don't think the tornado is Sonic's plane, but Tails did just say it was.
Train and get there in no time.
Kevin live stream was just a 3-hour Sonic cutscene. I would lose my mind. Tails can fly with his 2 helicopter tails. He's adorable. He's quick. He's a good lad. So for pretty much all of Tails' playthrough, if you're trying to figure out where to go, the answer is always, well, what was Sonic's next level? And in this case, Sonic's next level is Windy Valley. So we're going to go to the Mystic Ruins, and we're basically just going to do Sonic's storyline again, minus the last couple levels. There is a little bit of a divergence there. But the levels themselves are different. They are a cool twist. Tails' playthrough is very, very short. Honestly, there's a possibility we dip into another playthrough today, although I could probably only play for around 2 hours. And then I should be on deck in case anything needs to happen for preparing. All special effects are just Kevin's face. Just subliminally messaging the fact that I have a face to you, correct. Cyan Liber, hello, welcome.
If it isn't Sonic and Tails.
Oh, this track is still busted.
Silence! I am Dr. Robotnik.
Hold on.
Cunning scientific genius in the world.
Last time when this happened, we replaced it with Knuckles' theme, so I'm afraid we're going to need to replace this with Tails' theme.
Plan. But now it's time to put it to work.
That usually means trouble coming from you.
Okay, here we go.
Don't even try to do this. Give me that Chaos Emerald, or else,
Or else what, huh?
or else I'll take it from you the hard way.
This is Tails' actual theme in this game. I can't see chat right now because of the way that I'm playing this, but... Eggman's just like really feeling himself today. He's just playing some feel-good music. Carte Blanche takes off, it's just Kevin's face coming out of the engines. Alright, Egg Hornet. Tails also has a like karate chop with his tails, which Sonic does not get.
All systems, full power. Ah!
But yep, it's this boss fight again. I've been kind of intentional about the campaigns we played. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles like stories are by far the most similar. So from here on out, there's really not all that much repetition. And then E102's just up to his whole own thing. He's just playing a different game.
All systems, full power. Ah!
There we go. Imagine if you got in a car accident and just the wheels like blew up and detached from your car and just flew very neatly to the side. How is the stream looking? I'm getting some error notifications. That's just Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I think.
That was just too easy.
Gotcha.
Hey, he snagged it.
Oh, Amy, hello. I don't think I said hello to you yet. Pretty good? Okay, then,
Chaos. Good
Streamlabs just cranky. Alright, well, the song's not loading, so let's get back to Tails' theme.
Chaos.
Chaos loves listening to this pop rock to just
That's the monster I
get
saw
him
the other
get him
day.
revved up and ready to take on the day.
Monster?
He looks himself in the mirror and he says, "Yes, you are the Goo Beast."
Yes, yes, yes. It's really happening. Just as the stone tablet said it would. Hear this, Sonic. Chaos's strength increases every time I hit him.
Now I'm rooting for Chaos is the thing.
All he needs is 7 emeralds to become invincible. Then he will turn Station Square into rubble, upon which I will build the ultimate city, Robotnik Land.
Such a good time for that drum fill.
Come on.
Thank goodness they're gone. Good riddance.
We can't let that monster get any bigger. It could get ugly.
You're right. Chaos must be stopped. And he can be if we keep him away from more emeralds, right? So what do you say, Sonic? Let's find the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does.
There we go. All right. Oh, One Tired Boy, thanks for joining us. Robotnik Land. All right, so now we're going to Windy Valley because that's where Sonic goes. Tails levels, to kind of sum them up, they tend to be about half the length of Sonic levels, and they're also races. So the level is built to make you go as fast as possible, which is neat. I actually really like that. In terms of the story, I would argue that the tension of, oh no, is Chaos going to get stronger, goes away after you've played Sonic's story and you find that indeed Chaos has gotten stronger. But the levels themselves build on it in an interesting way. We gotta find the Emerald before Sonic. We're probably not going to see our beautiful blue children much during this playthrough because we need to be going fast enough that I can't really stop to grab some animals. But our next couple playthroughs are going to be very blue child centric. So Tails gets all these like weird shortcuts, like these rings that make him boost in midair. So we're just kind of skipping huge chunks of the level. The thing is that Sonic doesn't actually stand a chance. Like, there are very few levels in this that you can really mess up unless you get like completely lost. If you are going in the right direction the whole time, you're good. Whoop. Bar at the bottom is how far apart we are. This is not going to work out for him. Whoop, whoop. We got some time to pick up these rings we don't need. Ba 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 ba. Usually I'm asleep when these happen, but I've been up until 3 a.m. for the last week. Stamina training for the Penumbra live show, which is at 3 for me. Oh, One Tired Boy, thank you so much for staying up for it. Sleep schedule has caused me much distress. All right. So where do we go next? Next is Casinopolis. And if you were here for the Sonic Day, you're probably wondering how it could be Casinopolis because we played pinball on that level. And racing and pinball sounds awesome, and it's really what they should have done. It's what they should have done with this level. I take it all back. It sounds great. Instead, we are just going to be playing the sewer part of the casino that only happens if you mess up on Sonic's version level, which I did, so it's going to look pretty familiar. So we go to the casino just so we can go hang out in the sewer. There we go.
You made it.
This is one of the only levels that I'm gonna say this, and I'm dooming myself later. And so you know what? I'm just gonna claim it. Right now, I'm saying this and dooming myself to doing something really embarrassing later. So you can check the tape and you can see that I knew, and my hubris let me do it. What I was gonna say is that this is the only level that I can lose the race on as Tails. So if I win this one, I need to win all the races on my first try, which I'm pretty sure I can, but that's that hubris again, you know? Oops. Done. The reason that looked so much faster is because those vertical sections in the vents can actually like really slow you down.
That wasn't too bad.
But it looks like I remembered where to go. I'm very excited for you all to see the live show, though. The whole thing, too, although Part B won't be for a couple of weeks. Oh, okay. I know what my job is. Oh. Oh, nope. Okay.
What's that? The Chaos Emerald!
Get away from there! Naughty nice.
Tails' theme playing to a scene in which Tails gets completely owned is very good. That's kind of the energy I needed right now.
Sonic, what happened to the Chaos Emerald?
With as much vagueness as I feel is needed, what are you most excited about?
He must be getting
Now the emerald count is 2 to 1 and
The
8
performances.
winning. Let's get a move on.
The performances are definitely what I'm most excited about.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
I'm gonna leave it there. There will be some surprises on that front, and I think that I think everybody's just killing it, just absolutely killing it. All right, so we are going. Oh no, wait, we need that ice key so we can go to Ice Cap. For Tails, Ice Cap is just the snowboard part. Some of these questions I can answer, I'm realizing, by talking about the second Citadel online live show that we did. Because that's just recorded fact. So for are there costumes? We had costumes in the second Citadel live show. Part B is on my birthday. That's true. I'm willing to reveal that Part B, our only Part B performance now, is on my birthday. Your birthday is Wednesday. June is a very nice time for a birthday. It's not horrible like August yet. Dreaming Dewdrops, hello. Thanks for joining us. Let's go to the cap in the ice. I just remembered that I absolutely have lost at this level before. And I'm just looking forward into time, telescoping ahead of me. I'm just seeing a series of levels where every single one of them that I play, I go, oh yeah, I have done this before. I have died here before. Hey, my August birthday is perfectly fine. The other 3 members of my nuclear family all have birthdays in August. So I'm naturally predisposed against it, Orpheus. I'm sorry, but if you're looking for pro-August content, I need to admit my bias. Whoa! Okay, Tails. All right, Tails. What are you... What's going on, little buddy? Okay. I've never seen that before. I think I said this last time, but I just love that Sonic the Hedgehog's adventure for the Sega Dreamcast is still surprising me after all these years. I've played this game so many times, and it breaks in bold, new, creative ways every time I play it. And I think that's why I need to admit, this is in my top... This is maybe in my top 3 favorite games of all time. partially because of how busted it is. It just fills me with such joy. There we go. Okay, come on, hit the ground. Okay, there we go. All right. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam.
That wasn't too bad.
All right, I think this is one of our 2 Sky Chase levels, if I remember correctly. Unless it's Fight... It might be Fight Knuckles next. Oh, yeah, no, I think this is Fight Knuckles and then Fight Chaos 3. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Well, we got ourselves a couple of boss fights and a couple of cutscenes we already seen twice.
What are you doing, Knuckles?
Don't mess with me now. Just hand over the emeralds you have. Quick!
And again, the dialogue changes every time these cutscenes happen,
Knuckles.
depending on like which character you're playing as. So in Sonic's version of events, Knuckles is attacking him, and in Tails' version of events, Knuckles is attacking him. And the thing is that, unfortunately, I think that we all just need to call bullshit on Tails, because there's no way, there's absolutely no way that Knuckles went after the 2 of them and then punched Tails and not Sonic. Tails does not matter to Knuckles. Oh, okay.
And they're all mine.
Oh, we were right. We were in the middle of a good guitar solo.
He's got the emerald.
Unreliable narrators, exactly.
You know that.
Oh, it's working.
Hey, those are the Chaos Emeralds.
You are so easily tricked. All I did was wait for you to bring it to me.
I must have like a scratch on the disc or something, because this is on an actual Dreamcast again, with the Sonic Adventure disc I used to play as a kid.
Way to go, knucklehead.
All right, let's go back to Tails' theme.
4 emeralds. I summon chaos. Come forth.
Oh. They really just went and named him Eggman. So this is the game where they started to do the switch, because he had always been named Eggman in Japan, but in America, originally his name was translated as Robotnik, and then I guess they decided he was going to be Eggman everywhere. So in this game, Robotnik's his real name, but an Eggman's like an insulting name that Sonic uses to make fun of him. But what's wild is that then they continue to bridge the gap this way. In Sonic Adventure 2, everyone, including Eggman, calls Eggman Eggman. The name Robotnik is gone until the very end of the game, when you find out that part of the reason that things are happening is because of Eggman's grandfather, whose name is Robotnik. It's like, so which one is it? Is Eggman, is Robotnik just reclaiming Eggman? Tails' version of this fight is at least the easiest. The Chaos theme does kind of rule. So I'm fine that we're here again, but I'm only really fine because we're one hit away from the end. We've fought this boss so many times, and it's maybe the worst boss in this game. Especially, like, as Tails, there's literally nothing he can even do to me. So I'm just waiting for him to pop out so I can give him a bop. He reclaimed Eggman, good for him. It's like The Legend of Zelda, where each game Sonic and Robotnik are reincarnated to fight each other for eternity. For every Sonic the Hedgehog, there must be an Eggman. And when they're revealing that lore, they like you see like a cave painting of a huge blue spiky beast, and it's like a caveman that is in the shape of an egg facing off against him.
Behold my floating masterpiece, the Egg Carrier. But it pales in comparison to the
Eggman can pick a tune though. Maybe he just started being a DJ, and he took Eggman as his DJ name. I think that would actually explain everything, because it would also explain just these sick riffs, and where he gets all the money for this stuff. Eggman's a DJ. I rest my case.
Hey, we can't let him get away. Let's get to my workshop and we'll take the tornado.
Yeah.
If you look closely enough, his controls for his spaceship are actually turntables.
I have some
Is that sound the Dreamcast? Probably. Is it squealing?
No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care of everything here.
Come on, let's get going.
What would my Sonic vs. DJ name be? Okay, all right. We gotta let me start up Sky Chase, and then we can have a nice long chat. Because Sky Chase is really boring, and this game makes you do it 4 times. So we're on our 3rd. So there's only one more, and it's also gonna happen today. What would my Sonic vs. DJ name be? Well, I think that at that point I would first need to answer what kind of creature would I be? K-Vibs would be a good DJ name. Actually, yeah, it's not bad.
Sonic, hop in.
Would be a good Sonic vs. DJ name. Well, that's why I think I need to figure out what kind of like animal I am, because I don't think I could be a human, because there are other humans in Sonic games, but like other playable humans seems like a lot, right? It seems to me like for some reason it seems to me self-evident that the series is aware that it gets one main human character, and that one's Eggman. So if I were to be a DJ in the Sonicverse, I would need to be an animal of some kind. Golden Retriever, man. There we go. Okay. Or maybe a bear. All right. How about I'll give you all a list of animal comparisons that have been made about me in the past, and then you can decide what my Sonicverse animal, what my let's call it what it is, what my Sonicverse persona is. So I once had a student who, at the very end of the school year, left a note for me on his desk, and it was a really nice note, and I read it, and then at the very end of it, he wrote, "P.S. Do you know you look like a lion?" And he drew me, but as a lion. So there's that one. Who came in? Pascal, welcome. Cat Deer, hello. So there's that one. Besides that, I've been, I think, in terms of temperament, affect, been compared to an elephant and a manatee, both of which I appreciate. That's the energy I would like to radiate out into the world. That's what I got.
We did it!
Way to go, Tails!
Pictured Manatee with big DJ headphones on. All right. Yeah, it seems like Manatee takes it. Okay. Well, I mean, it has nothing to do with K-Vibs, but I feel like if I were a manatee, if I were going to design a manatee DJ, then they would have to be named like DJ Mana, like first name Mana, last name, then last initial, the letter T. Wish I could try better as like a giant is the Animal Crossing lion villager. In speaking of which, at what point are they gonna wise up? Those people over at Animal Crossing HQ. At what point are they gonna wise up and realize that we don't want to play as the little boy or the little girl? We want to pick an animal. I want to be the animal. Yeah, so now Tails is having a weird. So the tornado just crashed, and Tails is having this bizarre hallucination about chasing Sonic through the jungle. You actually say it H. I said H because I think it sounds funny. I'm sorry, Gold Rogue. For what you were hoping I was going to say, I might have just sleeper agented you the other way.
Wow, that dream brought back memories. I owe so much to Sonic. Sonic!
Tails' reaction is so funny.
Wonder where he went. Sure hope he's alright. The tornado's not powerful enough. If I'm gonna get that egg carrier, I need to finish my prototype. It needs a Chaos Emerald to work. Looks like I better find one fast.
Okay, now we need to find a Chaos Emerald, and for a brief shining moment, Tails' story.
Are currently in service.
Okay, so we don't have to go over there. What do you have to say?
You must find the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, man.
But searching in the jungle is very difficult.
Okay, so we're going to the jungle. So for one brief moment, Tails' story is not the same as Sonic's story. I don't even remember what Tails needs to be doing here, to be honest with you. I mean, Tails does get to skip the maze, which is pretty sick. I don't think Tails has a Lost World level. And in fact, wait a minute. I don't think Tails has any regular levels until he meets up with Sonic again. Okay, I know what we're looking for in here. I think I just remember what part of Tails' story we're on. But yeah, we get to do this again. This is not the last character that we're going to need to do this maze with. In fact, the other two characters we're going to need to do this maze with are uniquely difficult to control in this maze. Because this game does not let up. Oh, we do have an international chat. That's exciting. People from Australia. going. So what we're looking for is basically like a big sandbank. Oh, is that it? No, that's the entrance here. There's like a big sandy path that we ultimately end up needing to go down. Also, if you're seeing Tails freak out in the air, it's the collision in this game, which has no idea what it's doing. It's just having a rough day all around. Hello. All right, this is we're gonna meet this character soon. That's his house. So that's something. And now we're out here. I might be about to give up. I might be about to look up a map. That's Big's house. Oh no, Amy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you. Thanks for joining us while you could. Where the heck is it? Okay. We're just gonna fly out. Because Tails gets to opt out of this. We're just gonna fly out and make our way toward the temple, and I'm gonna look up a map real quick. All right, Mystic Ruins, Sonic Adventure.
Which way did I come from?
Which way did I come from? Okay. Here we go. I found it. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Which way did I come from?
I think I got it. We need to get up to the top of here, and then we're just we're 100% cheese 100% of the time. We are just gonna skip the maze. We should drop down somewhere around here. There we go, and we're in the level. I accidentally fell on the cutscene trigger. That I didn't expect.
Hey, wait up! Stop!
If you recall, during this part of hello? During this part of Sonic's story, he was like fighting with a huge Eggman robot that was chasing Amy. Meanwhile, apparently Tails almost got a Chaos Emerald, but then a frog ate it. Sunbeck, thank you for the follow. Oh, I gotta go up here. Oh, it's a good thing they put this sand flusher here. You really... cave maintenance is pretty simple. You just gotta make sure you got a good flusher. You just gotta flush the sand out every once in a while. So yeah, now we're doing this again. This one is like a score attack thing, which is like a little more fun. But if you're trying to 100% this game, you end up needing to play this. It certainly overstays its welcome. The music does rule, though. Come on. Oh, okay. And this is also sick. Like, I'm down on it because we have now snowboarded several times in this game. But this is really cool. And you can certainly bet that at 9 years old, this blew my little mind. There we go. And now it's Tails' turn with the Echidna ghosts from the past.
Uh-oh. I thought I was in a desert. I wonder where I am.
Okay, so this is kind of a bizarre moment because Tails has an upgrade that you can find during this flashback thing that is optional. So you can completely miss it. And then you can never get it. It's just hidden somewhere around here. Because it's not like... It's not required ever. But it's pretty funny. Where is it? There should be a little glowy spot somewhere. I think it's this one, unless Tails has another trip to the past that I've forgotten. No, there it is.
You found the rhythm badge. To do continuous tail attacks, hold the action button down.
Yeah, so before we could do this, now I can just hold the button down. Tails does these sweet breakdancing moves as he becomes a buzzsaw missile. Come on, bud. Climb the stairs. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's go. Tails, I need you to stop freaking out. Come on. Oh, he started up again. Yes, the little metal's the important part. Like, actually. Oh. Oh, we're not supposed to be here, but Tails can explore this area? I've never seen this before. I didn't think you could just, like, wander around here. Usually they drop you here for, like, a cutscene and then you're done. Interesting. Huh. Well, let's go back, I guess. There we go.
The servers are
Looking
the
for
7
Tikal.
Chaos Emeralds. Hello there, friend. How are you?
What were you saying before?
Huh. It's something my grandmother taught me.
Tails' voice actor cracks me up so much.
I'm never to forget it. It goes like this. The servers are the 7 chaos. Chaos is power. Power enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. But I'm still not sure what it all means. But the number 7 is the same as the number of emeralds there are.
Emeralds?
Forgive me, but I don't think we've ever met before. I'm Tikal, and you are?
How can she see you is a good question. It is a vision of the past, but there's definitely something else going on too. And that they do actually answer, which is neat. Look at him. Look at him. This is Big the Cat, and this is Big the Cat's theme song. Without the vocals. It has vocals that are wild.
Weird. Now where was I?
Weird!
Oh yeah, the Chaos Emerald. Perfect. This will get my Tornado 2 up and raring to go.
So, you may have noticed, now that that scene's over, that nothing happened. That literally nothing happened during that scene. Besides Big showed up. No impact on the story whatsoever. And the reason for that is because the way that you unlock characters in this game is if you're playing a different character's story, you unlock a character when that character meets them, right?
I've ironed out most
And
of the
the way the story works out, only 2 characters ever, or 3 characters have like a good reason to meet Big the Cat.
Ready, Sonic?
Or no, actually, yeah, only 3 characters have a good reason to meet Big the Cat. I literally think they put that in there just so that if you don't play Sonic's story first, you can still unlock Big the Cat.
Tornado 2, clear for takeoff. Away we go.
He appears to have built this plane, this entire plane, before dawn, over the course of an evening. Mars Lesbian, thanks for joining us while you could.
There you are, dead ahead. The egg carrier. There's Sonic.
So at this point in the story, Sonic was like really doing things to try to get to Eggman, and then Tails shows up in the nick of time to pick him up. So here we are. We're showing up.
Now what do you say we nail those guys?
You got it.
What do you say we nail those guys, Sonic? All right, we're back. It's Sky Chase again. But this is the last one, I swear. Tales of Sonic's Rita, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Dreamin' Dewdrops. Although I was thinking about it the other day, and I don't know if this is a reference that anybody in the chat is gonna get, but it just occurred to me, like I was thinking about shows that I used to really like when I was younger, and that I just kind of stopped watching, or like, you know, my opinion had changed, or I just hadn't gotten around to it in a long time. And it occurred to me that definitely somewhere cooking in the stew of my brain over all that time, an inspiration for Rita is definitely, if any of you ever saw the show Monk with Tony Shalhoub, at the beginning of the show, Monk had like, I think technically a nurse named Sharona. And there's definitely some Rita in there. Dropping that microwave beat. Yeah, she was a nurse? Nice. It was one of those weird things where, like, I hadn't thought about that show in years. But, like, I suddenly remembered, like, oh my god, when I was a kid, like, this was my favorite show for a while. Probably when I was around, like, middle school-ish age. It's just weird. That's one of the things I keep finding weird about getting older. Is that, like, your whole conception of your life changes, literally just because you've had more of it, so what life means is different. So, like, you know, I remember nostalgia meant one distinct thing when I was in, like, high school, say, right? It was this yearning for specific eras of childhood, usually doing certain kinds of things, right? It was very simple, largely because my experiences up to that point had been very simple, right? But now, like, the different, like, the many multifaceted breeds of nostalgia that, like, I can now, like, differentiate in the minute differences in their taste. Oh, I think we have a chat lag. I think so. If lag is all you are all getting, then that's a good thing. Because I'm getting a lot of error messages here. I do not know what that's about. I loved it because I could relate to Monk. Yeah, you know what? That probably had something to do with it for me too, I'm realizing.
Coming in tight.
Tails, we gotta land on the egg carrier.
Oops. We got a problem here.
What now?
I forgot to put in the landing gear.
Whoa!
I liked that show. I have not watched it since I got my OCD diagnosis. So I don't know if my reactions to it would be the same.
No time to gox on it.
I do.
Find Amy.
Something I think about a lot is the fact that part of the reason it took so long for me to realize that there was, like, something going on with me, that, like, I might actually need help on, and I couldn't just handle on my own. Was just because whenever OCD is referenced in anything, it was always about, like, washing your hands and, like, tapping things a certain number of times and rituals like that. None of which I've ever had. So the way that it looks for me, it was always very easy for me to write off, I guess. And I know that's the brand of OCD that the show Monk trades in, definitely. So I don't know. I would want to take a look at it again. It's not that I think that there shouldn't be any representation of that. It's that I remember being specifically frustrated that was all that I had gotten, if that makes sense.
When he doesn't listen to me.
I guess you weren't expecting that, were you? There's only one way to get to me, Sonic, and that's through the sky deck. I doubt if you can make it. Ha ha! I dare you!
Sully land that plane, Tails.
Eggman.
So, this must be the Skydeck, huh?
You could have just let me in. Tails, bud, you could have just let me in. Now we're doing Skydeck. And that thing I said earlier about remembering in each level that this could be the level that I lose, 100% with Skydeck, actually. It's very, very possible for Tails to die in this level. We don't have very many lives.
You made it.
And if I keep doing nonsense like this, then we will almost certainly die. No! Camera, no. Camera, you promised you wouldn't.
See you later, Tails. Hey, Tails.
Okay. I think we're going the right way. All right, that's a checkpoint. We take those. This level as Tails is so confusing. And yes, I'm not making it any better. I am making the problem significantly worse. But wow. Wow. Oh, I got those speed shoes. Now I'm going way too fast for the level. No, that's dumb. No, I can't possibly make that. All right, we're gonna go this way. What's your deal? What's your deal? Computer, talk to me. What's your deal? Warning, there's a capsule close to the step ladder near the fourth plinter. Please do not let the blue hedgehog near it. There we go. Boop.
That wasn't too bad.
Stream's breaking up for people. Oh yeah, no, my connection's getting really bad. We are very close to done with Tails' story. Is it watchable or no?
Yeah! Is that it?
Sonic, we should check out the bridge.
Becca Terrier, hello. Thanks for joining us. Wow, wow, wow.
You're a bit late.
Not the birdie.
Not the birdie.
That's the Chaos Emerald. No way.
It's watchable, just big delay. Then we'll probably keep going. At this point, I would probably need to restart my computer or something, which would take a while.
What is your wish, Master?
All right, then I think today we probably will call it once we're done with Tails' story. But we'll be back with. I mean, next time we can. Next time if we're doing Amy's story, we could certainly start another story too. Amy's story is, I think, only 3 levels.
I'll leave it up to you, Gamma.
Man, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we are a spinning blade of death, huh? It really wasn't much of an issue. Not the birdie.
Please stop, Tails. Move aside, Amy. Get out of the way. No. This robot is my friend. He helped me. Don't hurt him. Okay, if you say so, you have your reasons, I guess. Hey, this ship is losing altitude.
Hurry, Tails! Take Amy and get out of here!
But what about you?
I'll find Eggman and put a stop to his evil ways.
Oh, Cyan Liber, thank you for the Prime sub. It's very generous of you. And Gamma can turn into a helicopter also. Beyblade let her rip. He does look a lot like a Beyblade, huh? Just a good JPEG of Tails and Amy that you zoom across the screen very fast. Looks like nothing's changed in Central Square. We come back and that one dude is still ripping on the bass. You have your reasons, I guess, is one of my favorite lines from him. Yeah, KPS, the Sonic movie did come out, and I guess it was actually pretty good. That's probably why people stopped talking about it, because they were expecting it to be terrible.
I'm finished. Chaos was defeated, and now my egg carrier is ruined. No matter. I will destroy Station Square anyway.
What's he doing? How is that getting his ship unstuck?
If that missile is launched,
Ready? Fire! Oh, no, it is a dud. I can't believe. I'll go and deal with this myself.
Eggman successfully launched a missile at Station Square, and the only reason everyone's not dead is because it was a bad missile.
I see it.
So for this last level, it's not Sonic we're racing.
I've got to get it before Eggman. The fate of Station Square depends on me. Sonic! I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic,
Tails, bud, now's not the time.
but I can't depend on him forever.
Imagine if during this cutscene, while Tails is talking himself up,
Eggman, bring it
Eggman reaches the missile and activates it, and just mid-line, Tails blows up.
You think you can keep up with me? What? He's caught up. Tails, wait for me.
Eggman's voice lines during this are pretty good. And the reason that the Eggman race is kind of interesting, and like a good final boss for Tails, is because Eggman can fly too. So you've been spending pretty much this entire time just tooling on Sonic because he can't take any of the shortcuts that you can. So it's kind of interesting that for his final level, Tails has to fight somebody who can also fly. And it would be much more interesting if Eggman weren't ridiculously slow. Look at how far behind he is. This one's never a problem. It's over here. Oh, death. Certain death. Remember how I said... Okay. See how it is. Oh, no. When you start by the checkpoint, he starts closer to you. Okay.
Tails, wait for me!
So the race actually got a little tight. That's fine. Ooh. Off you go. There we go. There we go. Get that, so now we're going extra fast. All right, we are making this way up as we go for sure, for sure. There's a missile. I found it. I found the missile. That being Kevin's train of thought right now makes me scared of him being the writer of my favorite podcast. I wouldn't blow up
That wasn't too bad.
Station Square as a joke if Station Square was a location on my podcast. Might blow up the egg carrier as a joke, but not Station Square.
Oh no! It's Robotnik! So you beat me to the missile, you little pest. I will make you all pay for this.
Get out of here!
And then Tails gets a boss that just he gets, which I think is neat. Nobody else gets to fight the Egg Walker.
Fool. Away, before I make mincemeat out of you.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I can do this.
Oh no, the music is so frozen. All right, hang on. I simply gotta must blast Tails theme. Here we go, and there we go. All right.
Get a load of this! No way! I can't believe this! Ah!
There we go. It's kind of nice that Tails theme is playing during this fight. This is like his big heroic moment. That was a lot of fire. That's so much fire, Eggman. That seems like a lot for Tails.
Get a load of this! No way! I can't believe this! Ah!
There we go. Do your big stomp.
Get a load of this!
Get a load of this.
No way! I can't believe this!
Gotta go around. Gotta go and hit him in the schnoz. It didn't work.
Get a load of this! No way! I can't believe... Ah!
There we go. Oh my god. Again, watching Tails get wrecked to his own theme is pretty funny.
Get a load
we go. Alright, fall down. Hit you, go boom. Now you jump to the other side. Now you jump to the other side. Do your stompies. They keep on turning him around to make it easier on me, and then I second guess it, and I go around him the wrong way. Give you a bop, give you a boop on the nose. Yes, a lyric in Tails' theme is "No One's Alone," sung very insistently. One more hit. Wait, I think the music just started working. It did, just for the end of the fight. Hit you. Dr. Robotnik, sir, I'm afraid that you just got. I also love Tails' theme. I love all the music in this game, especially when it's really silly.
Hey, I did it!
You saved the day! You're the best!
I did it all by myself.
So, yes, it's nice that they gave Tails he doesn't need Sonic, he can be his own hero story. But at this point, we've had so many of those that I think receiving a you don't have to be player 2, you can be your own hero story is its own kind of condescension. It's like a consolation prize. What is he? I don't think he's singing the song. This is an adult woman's voice. Why is his mouth moving around? Yeah. All right. That was Tails' story, everybody. Manatee is complete. Would you like to see him? I can't believe you went through with it. Yeah, sure, Goldrug. I'm curious. I am very curious. And I'm also very touched that you took the time. Oh, it looks like you all are still talking about the Eggman fight. So you're a ways back. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me, everybody. I'm gonna let this play out so that hopefully you all can see the end of the stream. And I will catch you all again next week. We'll do Amy's story at least, maybe some Chao stuff. We'll see. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. If you're coming to the live show tonight or tomorrow, thank you so much for supporting us. It's going to be really good. I'm so excited about it. I've gotten a chance to see, just because of the way that our setup works, I can't actually watch it while it's happening, for the most part. But I got to watch dress rehearsal, like over the last week or so, and it's so good. It's so good, and I think you all are really gonna enjoy it. So thanks for coming by. All right, I will see you all later. Bye, everybody.